Hollywood just dropped massive updates across some of the biggest franchises in entertainment history. From Marvel Zombies Season 2 to Jurassic World 5 and Avengers Doomsday teases, everything is moving at once. And some of these reveals could completely reshape the future of movies and TV. We're seeing major progress on delayed sequels, surprise renewals, and unexpected casting choices across Hollywood. Big names like Robert Pattinson, Henry Cavill, Jenna Ortega, and Robert Downey Jr. are all in the spotlight right now. And behind the scenes, studios are quietly building the next era of Marvel, DC, sci-fi, and horror universes. Exciting news for DC fans as Robert Pattinson has shared a promising update on The Batman 2. In a recent interview, Pattinson described the upcoming sequel script as so good, building major anticipation for the next chapter of the Dark Knight story. The actor also confirmed that filming is expected to begin in April 2026, aligning with the previous production timelines reported by major outlets like Warner Bros. And industry trades. With this marks a significant step forward for the sequel, which has faced multiple delays due to scheduling changes and industry strikes in recent years. Director Matt Reeves returns to helm the project, continuing his darker, grounded take on Gotham City that was first introduced in The Batman back in 2022. While plot details are still being kept tightly under wraps, Reeves has previously hinted that the sequel will expand on the psychological depth of Bruce Wayne's journey. The film is currently set for release on October 2027, giving the team ample time for production and post-production. With Pattinson's strong praise and filming about to begin, The Batman 2 is shaping up to be one of DC's most anticipated upcoming films. The Scream franchise is officially continuing, as Scream 8 is now in development with a fresh creative team behind the scenes. According to reports from major industry outlets like The Hollywood Reporter, sisters Lila Zuckerman and Nora Zuckerman have been brought on to write the screenplay for the next installment. The duo is best known for their work on the hit mystery series Poker Face, which earned praise for its sharp writing and modern take on classic whodunit storytelling. Their involvement signals a potentially fresh direction for the long-running horror franchise. While plot details for Scream 8 are still being kept under wraps, the project continues to build on the success of recent entries that have revived this series for a new generation. The franchise originally began in 1996 classic direction by Wes Craven and has remained one of the most iconic names in horror. At this stage, no director, cast, or release date has been officially confirmed. However, with new writers now attached, development is clearly moving forward as the studio prepares the next chapter in the Scream legacy. Henry Cavill is once again part of the James Bond conversation, but this time with a surprising twist. In a recent interview with Heat, Cavill revealed that while he may no longer see himself as the right fit to play 007, he is still very interested in joining the franchise in a different role. The actor explained that starting a fresh run as Bond at this stage might not be ideal, but added that he would love to be a Bond villain if the right opportunity came along. It's an idea that has quickly caught fans' attention, especially given Cavill's mix of charm and intensity on screen. This comes at a key moment for the franchise, as Amazon MGM Studios is actively developing the next Bond film. Acclaimed director Denis Villeneuve is officially attached to the helm, with Stephen Knight confirmed to write the script. No casting decisions for the next Bond have been announced yet. However, with Cavill openly expressing interest and the reboot taking shape, the idea of him stepping in as a powerful villain is now firmly on fans' radar. It's been years since fans last saw Tree stuck in a deadly time loop, but Happy Death Day 3 may not be as far away as it seems. Jessica Rothe has shared a very promising update about the long-awaited third film in the horror comedy franchise. In a recent interview with Screen Rant, Rothe has revealed that director and writer Christopher Landon has already the entire story planned out. She explained that he has the whole third one figured out, confirming that the creative direction for the third chapter is fully in place. So why hasn't it happened yet? According to Rothe, the delay is not about the story, but about logistics. Studios like Universal Pictures and Blumhouse Productions still need to align schedules, budgets, and production plans before officially moving forward. Rossi has also hinted at a larger shared universe, joking about a Chris CU that could connect films like Freaky and We Have a Ghost. Despite the 7-year gap since Happy Death Day 2U, she made it clear she's ready to return anytime. For now, the film isn't officially greenlit, but one thing is certain: the story's ready and it's only a matter of time before Tree's journey continues. After years of uncertainty, Fall 2 is officially moving forward with a confirmed release window. The sequel to the survivor thriller Fall is now set to arrive in summer 2026, ending a long 4-year wait since the original film's release. The first movie, directed by Scott Mann, became a surprise hit thanks to its intense high-altitude premise. But its following two friends stranded at the top of a massive radio tower, and its simple but gripping concept helped it gain strong word of mouth and strong box office success. Now, the sequel is officially back on track after facing multiple delays during development. While full plot details are still being kept under wraps, the creative team has previously hinted that Fall 2 will expand beyond the original single location setup and explore a broader survival story. At this stage, casting details and filming updates remain limited, and the studio has not revealed a full lineup of returning or new characters. However, with the release window now locked in, production is clearly progressing. Fans of the original can expect another tense and suspense-driven experience as Fall 2 aims to build on the fear, scale, and survival elements that made the first film stand out. The future of the Avatar franchise is looking strong, but fans may need a bit of patience. According to producer John Landau, both Avatar 4 and 5 are moving full speed ahead, confirming that development on the next chapters is actively progressing. Speaking about the status of the films, Landau made it clear that the team is committed to continuing the story set up by director James Cameron. The massive sci-fi saga, which began with Avatar, has already expanded with multiple sequels, and the long-term plan remains firmly in place. However, there is some uncertainty when it comes to release dates. While Avatar 4 is currently targeted for 2029 and Avatar 5 for 2031, Landau emphasized that these dates should be considered tentative. Due to the scale of production, heavy visual effects work, and ongoing scheduling factors, timelines could still shift. The Avatar films are known for their groundbreaking technology and long development cycles, which often lead to delays. Even so, the confirmation that both sequels are pushing forward reassures fans that the journey on Pandora is far from over. For now, the focus remains on delivering the next chapters at the highest possible quality, even if it takes more time. The Dexter universe is expanding once again, and this time it's bringing in a major new star. Brian Cox has officially joined Dexter Resurrection as a brand new villain known as the New York Ripper. According to reports from major industry outlets, Cox will play a mysterious and dangerous serial killer who becomes a central threat in the upcoming season. His character is expected to bring a darker and more intense dynamic to the story, raising the stakes for everyone involved. Cox is widely known for his powerful performances, especially in Succession, where he played Logan Roy. His addition to the Dexter franchise signals a strong push towards high-quality storytelling and complex characters. While full plot details for the new season are still under wraps, the introduction of the New York Ripper suggests a fresh direction for the series, possibly moving beyond familiar locations and expanding into a new setting. At this stage, the studio has not revealed an official release date for the season. However, with casting now underway and a major name like Cox joining the lineup, Dexter Resurrection is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated upcoming crime dramas. The Star Wars universe may be expanding once again, as early reports suggest that Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord, is already being planned for a second season. The series, which focuses on the return of the iconic Sith Lord Darth Maul, has generated strong early interest among fans of the franchise. While Lucasfilm has not officially confirmed a renewal, multiple industry reports indicate that internal discussions are already underway for continuing the story. The original character of Maul remains one of the most popular figures in Star Wars lore, originally introduced in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and later explored in animated projects like The Clone Wars and Rebels. This new series appears to continue expanding his darker, more complex storyline. At this stage, no official release date, production schedule, or creative details for Season 2 has been confirmed. However, the early talk of continuation suggests that Lucasfilm is confident in the long-term potential of the project. If approved, a second season would likely continue exploring Maul's rise, survival, and influence in the criminal underworld of the galaxy far, far away. For now, fans will have to wait for official confirmation from Lucasfilm, but the buzz around Shadow Lord continues that interest in Darth Maul's story is far from over. A new chapter in the Robocop franchise is officially in development, as a reboot series has been greenlit at Amazon MGM Studios. The project aims to reintroduce the iconic cybernetic law enforcer to a modern streaming audience. The original Robocop, directed by Paul Verhoeven, became a landmark sci-fi action film known for its blend of violent action, satire, and commentary on corporate power and law enforcement. It later spawned sequels, a remake, and multiple adaptations across different media. According to early reports, the new series is still in development, and creative details such as cast, timeline, and story direction have not yet been revealed. However, the project is expected to remain the core concept of Robocop for a new generation, potentially updating its themes for today's technological and social landscape. Amazon's involvement signals a continued push into large-scale franchise storytelling on streaming platforms, especially with established intellectual properties that already have strong global recognition. At this stage, no release date has been announced, and the series is still in early development. But the project now officially moving forward, Robocop is set to return in a new form, bringing the classic sci-fi character back into modern entertainment discussions once again. The Marvel Universe is heading back into horror territory, as Marvel Zombies has officially been confirmed to return for a second season. The update comes from Brad Winderbaum, head of streaming, television, and animation at Marvel Studios. Speaking on the Escape Pod podcast, Winderbaum confirmed that Season 2 is already in early production, revealing that he has even seen the first animatic of the new season. He teased that the upcoming season will not only continue the zombie-driven chaos, but will also introduce an MCU element that has never really happened before, building major curiosity among fans. The first season of Marvel Zombies, released on Disney Plus in 2025, became a surprise hit and performed strongly in streaming charts across multiple countries. The series is based on the darker storyline explored in What If, imagining Marvel heroes in a world overrun by a deadly zombie outbreak. Although Season 1 received mixed critical reactions, it ended on a major cliffhanger, leaving room for continuation. Characters like Ms. Marvel, Wanda Maximoff, and others were left in uncertain situations, fueling fan demand for more. At this stage, Marvel has not announced an official release date, but with production already underway, Marvel Zombies Season 2 is clearly moving forward with even bigger stakes and darker surprises ahead. Jenna Ortega is reportedly being eyed for a major role in the long-awaited Gremlins 3 as the franchise continues moving forward in early development. According to industry reports from outlets like IMDb and entertainment coverage sites, Ortega has been offered and considered for the lead female role, though no official casting has been confirmed yet. The project itself is expected to continue the legacy of the original Gremlins, which became a cult classic for its mix of horror, comedy, and practical creature effects. The sequel plan has been discussed for years, but recent reports indicate the film is now actively moving forward with development. At this stage, details about Ortega's involvement remain unconfirmed, and neither the studio nor filmmakers have officially announced casting decisions. However, her name has repeatedly surfaced as a strong candidate as casting discussions continue. Reports also suggest the film is aiming for a 2027 theatrical release, with production expected to begin in the next development phase, though timelines may still shift. If finalized, this would add another major franchise to Ortega's growing Hollywood lineup, especially as she continues to dominate the horror and fantasy space. For now, Gremlins 3 is still in early stages, and Ortega's development remains a reported offer, not an official confirmation. The final chapter of the Dune saga is officially taking shape, and now a new detail about its runtime is surprising fans. Dune Part 3, directed by Denis Villeneuve, is set to become the shortest film in the trilogy, according to an IMAX listing reported by industry outlets. The movie is expected to run for 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is noticeably shorter than its predecessors. For comparison, the original Dune ran for 2 hours and 35 minutes, while Dune Part 2 extended even further to 2 hours and 46 minutes. This makes Dune 3 the most compact entry in Villeneuve's epic sci-fi trilogy so far. Despite the shorter runtime, the film is still expected to deliver a large-scale conclusion to Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah storyline. The story reportedly takes place nearly 2 decades after the previous film, with Paul Atreides now dealing with the consequences of his rise to power. The cast includes returning stars like Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya, along with new additions such as Robert Pattinson, who is expected to play the villain Scytale. While the runtime may be shorter, the film is expected to deliver intense sci-fi drama, political conflict, and the final chapter of Paul Atreides' journey across Arrakis. The future of the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is starting to take shape, and it looks like the studio is planning something much bigger than a single reboot film. Director Jake Scherer, who is attached to the upcoming X-Men, has confirmed that Marvel Studios is already thinking beyond just one installment. In a recent interview with Collider, Scherer explained that while the main focus is to first deliver one strong film, discussions about future stories are already happening behind the scenes. He revealed that the creative team is actively exploring different directions for the franchise, including ideas drawn from comic storylines that have not yet been adapted on screen. According to him, the goal is not just to reintroduce characters like Professor X, Cyclops, Storm, and Wolverine, but to find new and less explored paths within the X-Men universe. Scherer made it clear that the long-term vision is already part of the conversation, even if nothing has been officially locked in yet. This strongly suggests that Marvel is not treating the reboot as a one-off film, but rather the beginning of a larger mutant saga. While details remain tightly under wraps, it is clear that Marvel is carefully planning how the X-Men will fit into the broader MCU. For now, fans will have to wait, but the foundation for multiple X-Men films is already being built. Casting's heating up for the upcoming DC sequel Man of Tomorrow, as director James Gunn begins testing several actresses for a key new character. According to reports from Deadline, 4 actresses, Grace Van Patten, Sydney Chandler, Eva DiDomici, and Adria Arjona, have been screen tested for the role of Maxima. The character Maxima is a warrior queen from the planet Almerac, originally introduced in the DC Comics in Action Comics number 645. In the story, she arrives on Earth searching for a powerful mate and becomes fixated on Superman. Over time, in the comics, she has been portrayed as an antagonist, ally, and even a romantic interest. This marks the first live-action appearance of Maxima in the DC theatrical film, although the character has previously appeared in shows like Smallville and Supergirl. The sequel will continue the story of David Corenswet as Superman and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, who are expected to face a major new threat involving Brainiac. The film is currently scheduled for release on July 9th, 2027, with production expected to begin in 2026. With casting now underway, Man of Tomorrow is quickly shaping up as one of DC's biggest upcoming projects. Exciting updates are coming from the set of Spider-Man Brand New Day, as reshoots for the film have officially been confirmed, and they're reportedly adding new changes to the villain storyline. In a recent interview with GQ, star Tom Holland revealed that he is currently filming additional scenes for the movie. He described the process as really fun, and reassured fans that the film is not in trouble. Holland explained that the reshoots are simply being used to enhance the movie rather than fix problems. According to him, the team is simply adding the icing on the cake, including more humor and a reworked villain storyline to improve the overall experience. The reports also confirm that these updates are part of standard blockbuster production. Reshoots are commonly used in major superhero films to refine scenes, add new dialogue, or improve action sequences as the movie comes together in post-production. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the film is one of Marvel's biggest upcoming releases, with high expectations following strong early trailer response and major audience anticipation. While details about the exact villain changes remain under wraps, the creative team appears focused on polishing the story rather than overhauling it completely. With production still ongoing, Brand New Day is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated entries in the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Robert Downey Jr. has sparked major online speculation after sharing new Doctor Doom-themed artwork that appears to tease possible connections to Avengers Doomsday. The image, centered around Doctor Doom, shows him overlooking a basket of decorated eggs, each one featuring symbols that seem to reference major Marvel characters and teams. Fans quickly noticed multiple recognizable hints, including Captain America's shield, the Avengers logo, the X-Men symbol, Black Panther imagery, Namor-related references, Shang-Chi, and even the Fantastic Four symbol marked out. One cracked egg also appears to represent the Avengers themselves. One of the biggest talking points is the presence of two separate spider-themed eggs, which has fueled speculation about multiple Spider-Man-related appearances in the film. This has led to theories involving different versions of Spider-Man, especially with Tom Holland already confirmed, while rumors continue about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. The artwork has not been officially explained by Marvel, and no story details have been confirmed through it. However, the number of references included has led many fans to believe it could be a subtle tease for a massive crossover nature of Avengers Doomsday. Whether intentional or just themed artwork, the post has successfully ignited discussion around Marvel's upcoming direction and which characters could play major roles in the next Avengers event film. The Jurassic World franchise may be heading back into production sooner than expected, as new insider reports suggest that a sequel to Jurassic World Rebirth could begin filming as early as fall 2026. While Jurassic World 5 has not been officially confirmed by Universal Pictures, multiple industry insiders claim development is already underway. The 2025 release of Rebirth, directed by Gareth Edwards, was a major financial success, earning over $800 million worldwide, which has strengthened expectations for another installment. Reports indicate that Scarlett Johansson is expected to return as Zora Bennett, along with notable comebacks for Mahershala Ali and Jonathan Bailey. Insider Daniel Richtman and other sources suggest that the studio is actively planning the next chapter, though scheduling and production details are still being finalized. There are rumors that Gareth Edwards could return as director, although this has not been confirmed. Some reports even suggest that project could target a 2027 or 2028 release window, depending on how quickly production moves forward. For now, Universal has not officially announced Jurassic World 5, but multiple leaks and insider claim points towards early development. If filming does begin in late 2026, it would mark the next major step in continuing one of Hollywood's most successful dinosaur franchises. Peter Dinklage has officially joined the cast of Alien Earth Season 2 as a series regular, marking the first major casting addition for the major upcoming chapter of the sci-fi horror series. According to reports, Dinklage's role is being completely kept under wraps, and no character details have been revealed so far. However, the casting confirms that Season 2 is actively moving forward and expanding its storyline after the events of the first season's cliffhanger ending. Production for the new season is expected to begin in May 2026, with filming planned at Pinewood Studios in London. This continues the series' expansion within the Alien universe, which is set 2 years before the original 1979 film Alien, and explores a future where humanity faces deadly extraterrestrial threats on Earth. The series, created by Noah Hawley, has already built a strong ensemble cast, including Sidney Chandler, Alex Lothar, and Timely Olyphant. Most of the main cast is expected to return, while Dinklage becomes the first major new confirmation added. While plot details remain tightly guarded, Season 1 ended on a major cliffhanger, setting the stage for much larger conflict involving alien life forms and corporate power struggles. With Dinklage now on board, anticipation for Season 2 is growing rapidly as this series prepares for its next phase of production. That's everything you need to know about today's biggest Hollywood updates and future blockbusters. If you want more updates like this, make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.